Hi, my name is Ashley Eby and I am a LuLaRoe retailer. I'm assuming if you've landed on this video, you are looking for more information on starting your own LuLaRoe business. So let's talk a little bit about my journey and what starting a LuLaRoe business looks like today. I have been a retailer since 2016. And before that, I taught art for 10 years. I was so passionate about my job, about who I worked for. Those kids were everything to me. I loved watching them put down a pencil to a page and open up so many talents that they didn't know that they had. And that was seriously the biggest joy. I loved working on art shows. I loved taking them on field trips. I loved everything about my job. I loved the people that I work with. I loved the administration that I worked for. Everything about my job was perfect. And I just gave everything. I was an advisor for National Honor Society. I was an advisor for our senior class. I was planning graduation. I mean, I was doing everything. I was working all the time. And I just needed a little break. So in the summer of 2016, my mom took me on a trip to Seattle. And I tell you that to tell you this, because on the way home from Seattle, I met these girls. They were talking and laughing and clearly coming home from some kind of convention. And my first thought was, oh, direct sales, that's fun. You've thought it too. I know you have. So I just kind of ignored them. Before I got off the tram that they were sitting on to go to our cars, one of them reached over and touched my arm and said, "Have you ever heard of LuLaRoe?" And I said, "Well, yeah, I have. I've been actually invited to a party tonight. I was going to a party that night when I got home." And she said, "Well, I'm not going to tell you about LuLaRoe, but I'm going to show you about LuLaRoe." So she gave me 2 pairs of leggings, and taped to them was her business card. And she handed them to me and said, "Have a great time. I hope you find something that you like at the party." When I took those leggings from her, I had no idea that I was taking so much more than leggings. She had gifted me an open door to a new life, and I had no idea what was happening at the time. I went to the party that night and I put on the leggings and I thought, maybe if I wear these leggings, they won't bug me to order as much. I had no idea what it was. I walked in and there were racks of clothes everywhere. I was overwhelmed. It was unlike any party that I had been to before. But I was happy to be there, and I tried on a bunch of things, and the thing that I walked out with that day was a Cassie skirt. I felt so good in that Cassie skirt, you guys. It was amazing. I didn't look like I was about to have a baby, which was real high up on the list of needs for my wardrobe at that point in my life. So I wore that Cassie skirt on my first day of school, and I remember standing in my classroom with my fresh bulletin boards behind me, and I took the selfie of like, hey, it's my first day, to post on Facebook, and I made sure that that Cassie skirt was in that picture because I wanted everybody to see how good I looked in that Cassie skirt. You had my leggings, which I couldn't wear to school, and then my Cassie skirt that I wore at least once a week for the first month of teaching, and I just couldn't stop thinking about that LuLaRoe pop-up. In that same month, I got invited to another one, so I went and I bought a few more things, which I just really loved. And I just couldn't get it out of my head, and I told my husband that I really thought that LuLaRoe was something that I could do. And he was really skeptical, mostly because the cost of onboarding was kind of astronomical for our budget at the time. It was thousands of dollars, friends, thousands, which I'm grateful to LuLaRoe that it was, because I think that it really made a very strong company full of people that were incredibly dedicated to starting their business. So I told him that I didn't really think he was right and that I could totally do this. And he said, then you need to put together a business proposal. And that was just like, what? I'm an art teacher? Like, can I paint you what I think it will look like? I'm pretty sure I Googled how to make a business proposal. I had no idea what I was doing. I did the research though. I looked at all of LuLaRoe's policies. I watched all of the YouTube videos that I could find, especially of Mark and Deanne, the owner and CEO of LuLaRoe. I loved watching them. And every time I turned on one of their videos, I thought, I want to be a part of what they are making. I believe in them, and I believe that they love what they do. And I just wanted to be a part of that so much. I put together a business proposal for Josh, and I thought, he still doesn't think that I can do this. And I handed it to him and I said, listen, I know that you think that this is a mistake and that it is a huge financial burden to put on us, but I believe that I can make this work for our family. And that's all it took for him to say yes, which makes me so emotional because at that time, not only was he working his full job, he also had a business that he ran, and it was his passion. And there wasn't a lot of time that we were together as a family, and I was bringing in another thing that was going to take me away. And so we understood that that was going to be another sacrifice to make, but we believed that there was something good at the end of that sacrifice. And I am so glad that we said yes, because LuLaRoe has been a vehicle of changed lives for us, and I am so incredibly blessed by all that LuLaRoe has brought to my life. LuLaRoe has brought my family together in a way that I didn't know we needed. And because of fashion, it's created a whole family on Facebook too. People that I've never met in person that shop with us, that share with us, share their hearts with us. And that is so powerful. And it has given our family so much freedom. You guys, I can't even begin to tell you. I guess to explain to you why we have so much freedom, I should tell you that 1 month into LuLaRoe, I decided to turn in my resignation. I decided that LuLaRoe could bring more to my family than my current position. And that was so hard to do. It was like jumping out of a perfectly good airplane. I loved everything about my job, but I thought that LuLaRoe could bring us more, and I wasn't wrong. So after turning in my resignation, I did finish out my contract through the end of that school year. I can tell you, wow, going back to the school year next fall, it was very emotional for me. I thought, what have I done? I am selling clothes. I feel like that could be completely shallow as opposed to what I was doing for those students. But over time, I have realized, I have seen the light with this business. It's that, you know, when we grow up, the insecurities that we have as kids, they don't really go away. And the women that I have surrounded myself with, they need a cheerleader. They need someone to lift them up. They need a place to go, a safe place where they can share things, where they can find new connections. And it is because of the clothes that has happened, and I'm just so grateful. That fall, I got to watch my oldest baby walk into kindergarten, and that was one of my biggest fears as a mother, that because of my work, I wouldn't be able to be with him on his first day of school, that I would be sending him off into this big world all alone, and I didn't have to do that. I was there for him. That was a priceless moment, and I was able to be there for my youngest son as well. Those times that I got to be with them, to take them to school, to pick them up, I was the first one to hear about their day, and that was everything to me. Beyond those day-to-day things, my husband and I have been able to dream bigger for our family. There was such a limitation on what we could do in my previous career, not only financially, but time as well. And because I own my own business, I am the decider of my time. I am the one that is in control of my time, and that is invaluable. I think that LuLaRoe has just opened up so many doors that I didn't know were closed. My relationship with my husband is so much better. He is my partner in life and my partner in this business. At first, he wasn't. He was uninvolved. But over time, and after I earned my first cruise with LuLaRoe, which is an incredible incentive that we don't even have time to talk about today, he saw that LuLaRoe was such an opportunity for us. And that's when he closed his business to help me with LuLaRoe. He still works full time outside of the house, but he is there for all of the back office decisions of our business, and I am so grateful to him for that. And I think that conversation that we were able to have about the business, it just makes our relationship stronger, and I'm super grateful that he is completely on board. But I say that you don't have to have somebody. You can do this on your own. There are plenty of retailers out there that do this on their own. One of the other blessings that LuLaRoe has given me is the opportunity to extend the blessing to an employee. We have an assistant that comes and works for us 3 times a week, and it helps her get away from her day-to-day life to be able to bring home a little extra. It is a good just community time that I am able to spend with another human, which is so nice. That piece has been a blessing that I didn't know I needed to. LuLaRoe has just offered us so much, and like I said, we got to travel through the cruise. We've traveled because of conventions. We've traveled to leaderships and seen amazing things and amazing people. The trainings that LuLaRoe gives, so invaluable and just incredibly supportive of the business that I have. So our LuLaRoe journey has evolved over time and has become something from a couple of racks in a back bedroom to an entire boutique space in our home. And we have a mobile boutique as well that we take to vendor events. We are able to give back to our communities through LuLaRoe fundraising. LuLaRoe does matches for fundraising, so if you are passionate about causes, LuLaRoe can be a vehicle for you to connect people with the causes that you care about, and that is so cool. It has been one of the biggest bonuses of the business in the last few months, is to do fundraisers for causes that are important to people, especially through this time. And last of all, this is 2020, friends, and it has been an incredibly difficult year. I haven't had to close the doors on my business. I have been able to connect with people in ways that I haven't connected with them in 4 years. I have been able to still provide for my family. I have been able to be there for my children through all of their homeschooling needs, through their virtual school needs, through their needs in going back to school and how different the schedule is and how much that's changed. It has been an incredible blessing to me to be there for them as they grow. And one of the things that is really cool, kind of like a sub-blessing, if you will, my kids get to see me work. They see what hard work looks like, and they see what hard work can provide for us. And I think that is something that you just don't get the opportunity to provide your children when you work outside of the home. So if you've made it this far, let's talk a little bit about what the LuLaRoe onboarding package looks like right now. When I started, it was thousands of dollars, and now it's only $499 to start your own business. That's insane. You still also, on top of that, need supplies like racks and hangers and shipping supplies. But it is an investment in a business that will give you many returns, as long as it is something that you are passionate about and that you work for. There's also an incredible amount of training that LuLaRoe provides to new retailers. There are, it's kind of like challenges that you get to do alongside of your upline as you work to become a retailer. It only takes a couple of weeks now to go from your contract process into getting your new boxes of clothes, and that's so cool. There's a specific line that LuLaRoe sets aside just for new onboards, so you have access to the newest, most beautiful prints and patterns of the styles that we have available to us. And there is an extensive community of LuLaRoe retailers that will be there to uplift you in your journey. My team that is around me is a beautiful collection of women, and I feel so blessed to have each of them and their different and unique talents surrounding me every day. I love that we reach out to each other and are encouragers of each other, and we cheer each other on. It is a true sisterhood. That is another thing that LuLaRoe has brought me. My 2 very, very best friends in the world are LuLaRoe retailers, and I wouldn't have met them if it weren't because of this business. And they are there for me every single day, and I feel so grateful for that. And it's not just business things, it's life things, and they just have become a sheltering place for me, and I think that that is so cool. It was something, friendship was something I didn't really have time for before LuLaRoe. And now my entire day is about friendship and community building. To live a great life, you have to make a great contribution to a great cause, and my cause is people. And LuLaRoe may look like clothes, but LuLaRoe is so much more. LuLaRoe is people. LuLaRoe is passion. LuLaRoe is an incredible, amazing group of people that will be there for you. Not just with other retailers, but the communities that you build as well. I thought when I was a teacher I didn't have any other marketable skills, but LuLaRoe has released so many things about myself that I didn't even know I was capable of doing. And so if you think I am not exciting enough or entertaining enough or fashionable enough, those things don't matter. LuLaRoe isn't about those things. LuLaRoe is about connecting with people, about changing lives, about uplifting families. And if those things are things that you are passionate about, I have no doubt that this journey is the right step to take for you. I can't wait to hear from you. I really want to talk to you about this opportunity. So please reach out. You can message me, find me on Facebook. I would love to help you learn more about how you can start your own LuLaRoe business today. All right, I hope that you have a fabulous day. And in a few hours, when you're still thinking about this video, make sure you reach out to me.